Samantha from Jessima Tutorials here, and today I'm going to be creating a pair of cherry blossom themed earrings using polymer clay. Now, to start off with, you're going to want some white polymer clay, and today I've chosen pearl white and regular white just so that there is some variation. But you could use just white or just regular pearl white if you wanted to. And I'm going to start off with the regular white because I'm going to be applying alcohol ink to it, and that's going to take a little longer to dry than the other piece that I'm going to be making. Let me just center that for you. And these are the alcohol inks that I'm using, and these are metallic alcohol inks, but you can use any alcohol inks you want and any color alcohol ink you want. Just make sure if you're using the metallic ones to give it a shake before use. And I'm just going to open those up so that they are ready to go. And I'm just going to drop them on, and I have a brush ready for that because I don't want it to create a drop effect. So I'm going to drop the ink on and then immediately go to swipe it so that it doesn't sit. And then I'm going to take the pink and I'm going to go in the opposite direction to create a little bit of movement. Like so. And I'll just keep doing that until I am happy with the amount of colour in the piece. Okay, then I'm going to grab some isopropyl alcohol, and I'm just going to spritz from a distance, and that should add a slight bubble effect to the surface. I don't want too much, I think that should just about do, just wanted a little bit of variation on the surface. Then I'm going to bring over some gold metal leaf, and feel free to skip this if you want to, but I'm just going to take that, and let me just open that up. There we go. And I'm just going to grab small amounts, just kind of trying to scrape some of that. Okay, and then once I've scraped a little bit, I will grab my brush and hopefully it will pick up that leaf, and I want to grab that and then just dust it onto the surface. Just a little bit, I don't want too much. Just enough to add a little bit of flair. There, and I'm quite happy with that. Then I'm going to bring over a silk screen. This is my long silk screen number 6. There'll be a link to that in the description below. And I'm just going to take that and pop that onto the surface. Give it a little bit of a burnish. And bear in mind that I have used metal leaf, so the metal leaf might stick to the silk screen a little bit. If you want to prevent that, you can always add a layer of translucent between the silk screen and the underlying extras. But it's a small amount of metal leaf, so I'm not too worried about it being a problem. And I'm just going to press that from one direction and then the other direction, and then lift up, and then you're going to pop that into a sink of water, and you should be able to get that metal leaf off. It's not too difficult, but you can see most of it ends up sticking. Alright, and I've got that silk screen drying, and I've also got the other piece off to the side drying as well. And I'm going to bring over the pearl white. And for this one, it's going to be very similar. I'm just going to bring over a letter silk screen. This is the silk screen that I am using. You could also use a letter stamp if you want to. And the trick that I'm going to do this time is I'm going to use the silk screen first and then apply the metal leaf over the top so that it hides some of the words. And I'm just going to place that down. Again, making sure that it sticks well. And this time, instead of white, I'm going to be using black acrylic paint. Just pop a strip of that across. And swipe that across the screen. I've got a little spot there that I've missed. I can go back through the opposite way to make sure that I don't miss it. Okay. And lift. There we go. Then go clean that silk screen as well. And there we go. That is how this should look once you've applied the metal leaf. And I just skipped that step because it's the exact same as what I did over here, just over the top of the screen or the pattern once the paint has dried. But yeah, those are the two patterns. I think they go together quite nicely. And yeah, from here I'm going to be making some tube beads for the earrings. So I'm going to start off with this one over here. Just going to grab that. And I am going to just trim it in half. Put one piece to the side. I'm going to grab this one and I will do the same with that. Just trim it in half. And I'm going to stack the two of them together just so that they stick, and just press along that side. And let me grab a piece of paper. There we go. And just give it a quick burnish along that seam line. Stick things together. And then I'm just going to use the leftover clay around the edges to form a core to work with. So I've got leftovers around here rather than using new clay. There we go. Trim that, and then you're just going to take those pieces and you're going to roll that up. And you could just use plain clay if you want to, but I find that it's useful to just use the scrap because then you don't end up using extra clay. Okay, and you're just going to roll that into a tube. Okay, and I just want it to be about the same length as this. And I am going to make another core that is the same size. There we go. And that is so that the earrings are both equal in size when I get this done. I'll just put those to the side. Just gonna lift this up. And where's that paper? Here we go. And I'm just gonna work on the paper to make this a little easier. And you're just gonna take that and flip it over. And let me just bring the brightness down a little. There we go. Then grab your core. And I'm just going to roll it out a little more just so that it stretches a little bit more. Okay, and then press that down onto the surface. And then I'm just going to start rolling. And I'm going to try to do this carefully because I am a little worried about the alcohol ink veneer cracking. So I'm just rolling that gently to begin with. There we go. Then once you've touched the end and created a little bit of a seam line, you can then go in and give it a trim. And let me move that out the way. And then just have that meet up. Pinch the edges, and if any cracks did appear, just pinch over those to finish those up, and then just pinch the ends to close that gap off. Do the same on the other side, just give it a quick pinch, and then trim away that extra clay. Okay, and then just spend a little bit of time mulling over the ends just to kind of pinch the clay into shape, because you don't want it looking like that, so you just want to take that and just pinch the clay in on itself so that you just hide that seam. And then just give it a roll to smooth everything out. And then you're going to repeat that for the other earring. And there we go, there's both of them finished up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually pop them right next to each other and just make sure that they're pretty much the same length as one another. And I'm also doing this just so that they kind of are straight. I want to really make sure that those are nice and straight and sitting on the piece of paper. Then those are going to go into the oven for about 40 minutes at Primo's recommended temperature, and once they're baked then I can give them a varnish, finish them up, and we'll have a pair of earrings. Alright, and here is how it looks once it's out of the oven. And if I bring over the previous piece, you can see that the alcohol ink has lightened a fair bit, and that is something to always keep in mind when you're working with alcohol ink. It will generally lighten once it's baked and the colour will fade a little bit. But from here I'm going to just grab a eye pin and I'm going to pop it into the piece like so, and then from there I'm going to be able to varnish it. So I'm just going to grab that. I'm just going to find the top center and just spin, and that should secure it into place pretty easily. And you can use a pair of pliers to do that as well if you want. There we go. And I just have a can of Varnishing gloss varnish here, and this is what the can looks like. It's the water-based gloss version, and I got this from Bunnings. You should be able to find it in your local hardware store, and this has lasted me for almost 9 years now, so once you get one it will last for a long period of time. And I'm just going to suspend these on a wire and dip them in, and then suspend that over the top of the can. I just use a wire to keep that in place, and then just separate them, and I let them sit there and drain for about a minute, and then I'll take them off the can and onto a drying rack and allow them to dry completely. While they're drying you might want to dab the bottoms just if the varnish starts to drip, because once you remove this the varnish will start to collect around the bottoms of the piece, and if you just leave it there you'll end up with a little bit of a deformity, or you'll just end up with varnish drops collecting on the bottom. So make sure that you just tap the bottoms while they're drying, and those should take about 15 minutes to dry. And here is how it should look once it's varnished. You can see that will give a nice sheen to the piece, as well as sealing in that metal leaf paint and alcohol ink. Now all you're going to need to do is just grab a jump ring and your ear wire of choice, and you're just going to open up that jump ring and attach the ear wire, and that should just about be it. But yeah, that is pretty much it for today's tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please do let me know in the comments below, and if you liked the video and would like to see more like it, consider leaving a like and subscribing, as I do videos like this just about every single day. And if you'd like to support the channel so I can continue creating videos just like this one, consider becoming a member. There is a join button just below this video, along with a link to my Patreon account. They're both exactly the same, where you can find exclusive videos that are not available on YouTube, as well as supporting the channel. Another way to support the channel is to check out my Etsy store, Jessima Design, where I sell things such as the silk screens that I used in today's video. But yeah, that is just about it. I do hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.